Well, I'm Luke Melke. Here we are making another community film using our story dice. And this time we're not going to have the cards to draw those because we actually have Ben Everson here with us through Skype. And he actually wrote us an original piece of music. I've never heard it before, and we're going to listen to it first time here on camera and then try and build the film around that. So let's get started.
Scene 12, take 4.
So I'm grabbing one dice from the blue box, one from the orange box, just because. So we're gonna go ahead and roll. You wanna blow on them, Ben? There we go. All right, better make that lucky. Here we go. So we have what looks like a water fountain, and I really have no idea what that is. We're showing off to the camera here. And I'll show it to Ben down here so you can see what it looks like too. I have no idea what that other thing is supposed to be.
Is it someone like peeking around the corner?
Maybe that's what it is. I think we might just go with that, peeking around the corner. It seems really odd. So we're gonna go with, for right now, someone peeking around the corner or somebody hiding, not sure which, and a water fountain.
This marks kind of a new beginning for me in terms of things. This soundtrack, I wanted to be 3 minutes long because that's what was requested, but I wanted to have a lot of different twists in it, which is why I called it Twists, actually is what the name of this track is. So almost every 30 seconds, it's not exact, but almost every 30 seconds there's a mood shift. And so you'll hear that in the track. And another thing is, this is my, I'm not used to using Logic Pro, and this is the first completed project that I've done on Logic Pro X. So there was a learning curve for me. So here is my layout here, really simple. I got my MacBook Pro 2015, mid 2015 Retina, and then I've got my keyboard here, this keyboard, and then of course this one here with my mouse over here. So that is my setup. Very basic, but I'm mobile, so that's what makes it easier for me to do. And then I mix in my Bose headphones. And there's little things here and there that I hear that I'm like, oh man, why did I do that? But overall, I'm really pleased with how it came out. And I did not do any cheats. Like there's a lot of different sounds you can do where you like hit one button and it arpeggiates and makes some sounds amazing, those are great tools, and I'll probably use them sparingly in the future. But this is all me, all out of my head. I didn't write any sheet music out. I just kind of made it up as I went, and then went back and tried to fix things and improve things and things like that. So it's definitely not perfect, but I loved working on this, and hopefully it'll be a challenge for them, but also give them opportunity to be able to put different scenes with the moods. So that's kind of the goal.
Now we're going to listen to the music for the first time and see what we got and how we incorporate those into the film. Whoops, that was not the volume button. That was the sleep button. So here's the music. First time I've actually listened to it. Feels like you've created a whole story with the music here. like it. It really sounds like you put a whole story into that, not just like a lot of songs. It's one piece of music, but this really feels like I went from one location to another location to another location throughout the whole song. So can you talk us a little bit through how you did this? Like, what did you do? What was your thoughts behind making this very almost, I don't know, segmented is the right word for it, but like very distinct periods within the song. Can you talk us through a little bit what you did with there and how you did and why?
Absolutely. Well, when you approached me about this idea, I thought it was such a cool idea. And then I was like, you know what? This really is an opportunity to have no holds barred, kind of. So then I kind of took it as a challenge, like how different can I make it to make it a challenge for the videographers without being stupid about it, right? 'Cause it could have been crazy.
Thank you.
I thought in terms of 30-second intervals. Now, it's not perfectly 30 seconds all the way through. Especially the last segment is a little longer because I didn't know you might have the option to roll credits or something. So I wanted to give you some extra time at the end. But then I thought, okay, but I do want gear shifts, right? And so the first one I thought would be really like attention grabbing. Let's start with those kind of like a timpani type sound and brass or whatever. And I thought, it could work if you did a superhero idea. It could work as kind of a spoof, which maybe that might be the direction we're headed with the water fountain, but then just completely change the feel, almost like changing the tempo. And it could be, I just made up a bunch of stuff in my head. It was like almost slow motion. And that second section, kind of suspended, time suspended, and then the next part is supposed to be kind of a little more memory, maybe. I mean, again, these are what I'm thinking, but that doesn't mean that's what you have to come up with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm thinking maybe a memory or something nice. And then the emotional pull, like maybe we're in a Hallmark movie or something. I don't know.
Yep.
But kind of an emotional string, bring it up. And then I went a little bit of Indiana Jones for the ending. I was like, how can we bring this home? A little Western, maybe a little something like that. So that's what I thought in my head as I went.
Yeah, and the whole time I was hearing this, I was hearing adventure, and with the person like hiding behind the corner, I'm picturing like a little kid doing something, like he's going on an adventure, trying to find something, and I have a 3-year-old, and his emotions are up like this, like he'd be super excited about something, and then he can't get his shoe on, and then the whole world feels like it fell apart. Then his shoe slips on. He completely forgot that his shoe wasn't working, and now we're going on the adventure again. And I'm kind of picturing inside of this kid's mind this really big adventure, but really all he's doing is like his location where he's trying to go, like there's a perfect water fountain that's like 4 or 5 blocks from my house. Right now it's not a water fountain because it's winter here, it's all ice. But maybe that's like where it ends, that's the location. Maybe that's his home base for his adventure. Maybe he's playing hide and seek with some of his friends and he can't find them, and it's more just the adventure of trying to play the game of hide and seek. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad it works, and I've not done something like this before, so I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, we're super excited to see it too. One thing I did want to ask you another question too about we talked about your how you came to this music, but what do you think is the importance of music in general, especially like in a film with the art? Because you can make a film without music, but it's usually not quite the same. Music is really kind of what drives the emotion. Can you explain a little bit what your philosophy or theory is, like how the emotion of music affects us?
Well, I mean, I like to think of words and things like that as kind of the black and white lines, and the music is the color. So, music can't, without words especially, can't give us specificity. So, you can't tell someone with music to go rob a bank. You can't tell someone with music to hate your mother or love your mother or whatever. But put together with context, with words and with scenes and acting and lines and all that, well, then it adds a powerful component. I say this, that a soundtrack is a set of emotional instructions. It tells us how we're supposed to feel about what we're seeing. And so hopefully, I've not done much of this, if at all. I can't really think of, the music videos that we do don't really fall in this category because we do the music as a standalone thing, and then we shoot a music video that just kind of goes along with it. Whereas this is kind of the other way, that this is going to accompany something that's going to be created. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts. Set of emotional instruction. So hopefully this will work well.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Ben, for putting this together. We really enjoyed it, and hoping to look forward to have a fun film we're going to put together with this. And once again, we want, obviously, not just Ben's thoughts and my thoughts on this. We want to have your thoughts on this as the audience. Let us know if you thought you had some ideas, maybe some adventures when you were playing as a kid, hide and seek. What went on inside of your head? What are some like the big emotional ups and downs in your life that, looking back at it, weren't that big, but when you were a kid, it was just, that was the end of the world. Like, you dropped your ice cream cone and the whole world was going to fall apart. But it really, in retrospect, you could have just gotten another ice cream cone or whatever. Like, what are some of those big adventures? We love to hear from you. We want to build these films together as a community. It's not just us. If you have any places you think would make a great spot to do some of the shooting for these, let us know. We absolutely love to hear it, because one of our slogans or themes or whatever you want to call it is changing the world your story at a time. It's not just our story. It's all of us together making films, making art together.